by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Mr. Westerhouse, presenting to your 5A state the Great Bay High Panthers.
She already put spin on it off of her toss. Then she goes up. Obviously, she has a lot higher contact than a lot of people can get. She can contact more behind and on top of the ball, so she can get that ball to go straight over and then go down. With the top spin, it's after it gets over the net, it's going to go straight down.
What we like to do from time to time, move Dana inside and move Karlaftis inside, and those guys have the versatility to do that. So they can do some different things.
Asherman on the rush, floated, downfield, and caught! Touchdown, Austin! Second touchdown of the night.
We're going to catch our groove in such a way, I believe, that's going to make it really hard on other teams. But we got to understand that, it's a humbling process, and being 6-2 isn't our end goal.
You can read things before they happen, and the floodgates opened up. I don't know if that was a called block. If it was a called block, it was perfect, because I think he went through untouched. Again,
he does everything from providing food and medical care to providing a baseball field for baseball and softball, and all the equipment in the league so that the kids have the equipment to play with. And he even stopped this year on a way to a game in order to play a little wiffle ball.
One out, the 1-2. Swing and a ball driven right field, way back, and forget it! It's gone! Freddie Freeman has homered for the third straight game in this World Series, and now 5 consecutive World Series games.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Tuesday show. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, you bailed me out yesterday in sports. So
Okay, all right.
We're even.
Steve Webb's with you. Mike Corson here with us. He's back. That's Mike Hesher and Landon Winkler. Go ahead, because we don't have it on the prowl today. So
We got to do it now?
yeah. So tomorrow we will. I don't know. So anyway, Landon Winkler is on the prowl.
I was getting used
And
to it.
he is.
Getting arrogant.
Getting cocky.
He's starting to put a little tongue thing
Yeah.
at the Okay, on the show today, we're going to be talking high school football with the voice of the Hoisted Cardinals, Cole Reif. So when's the transition happen?
Between football and basketball?
Well, I guess he's the voice of Cardinals and Cougars.
I was going to say for right now, because they play next week.
Yeah, so he's going to talk about the Week 9 matchup with Ellsworth at Elton Brown Field. We'll talk other high school football as well. Barton volleyball coach Megan Besker is going to be in, and they have 2 matches left starting tomorrow night with Hutchinson, and she will have sophomore Maya Thompson with her today. We'll also talk Great Bend High School Athletic Director Matt Westerhouse. It's going to be everything you need to know about postseason football and basketball. So he's got some good information. I've got some other questions as well.
Postseason basketball?
Postseason volleyball.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
I was thinking,
Get ahead of yourself about basketball.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for questioning me. I can't wait to do sports tomorrow with you.
Okay.
I will just interrupt you every
Please
time.
do. That will help me get through it.
I'll have Tuesday sports headlines and the sounds of the past 24 hours. Okay, the trophy presentation at Saturday's 5A Substate here in Great Bend. Matt Westerhouse presenting the Substate Championship Trophy to the Great Bend Lady Panthers. Cut provided by Mike Corson Media Incorporated.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back.
Cleaner than KU's audio.
No, God, no kidding.
But I will say, so you get to the Substate game. We've hyped this thing up. Get the crowd there at Substate. Nobody was there, 10 minutes before. And I said, where is everybody? But come the first match, everybody showed up, kind of emptied out. The other 2 teams, Hayes and Valley Center, played. And then the kids were all dressed up. As Kaya pointed out, it was Halloween. Had Dax Mitten in his little, he's riding a chicken. Bunch of bottles of ranch dressing.
Oh, so he had one of those chicken suits where, your legs fit into the side
yeah.
slide, and then, I've seen those before.
Looks
Those
like
are
your
pretty
arms
funny.
Are, well,
Yeah.
But, maybe you ran the cut yesterday, but Cohen Raborti is one of those guys that does the Army chants during the matches. I wish I had some audio. It was fantastic.
So did you have your reporter's notebook and a Royals jacket on?
I'm trying to think. No, actually, it was covering for Great Bend, so I wore my Red Panther volleyball.
Okay.
Thanks, Shelly.
Attaboy. Okay, Great Bend takes on Capon at 4:30 on Friday at Totino's Pizza Event Center in Salina. Then they will take, it's Tony's Pizza. We had our pizza discussion this morning. St. James Academy. I mean, the more I hear about this girl St. James has, it's, let's see, I'm going to do a Braveheart impression. She is 8'6" and blows fire. The legend grows. So that'll be at 6:30, and then they play Andover at 8:30. Okay, you've broken down the 5A bracket. What do you think?
Oh, I was going to say, I think she's a track kid, and the latest cross-country polls came out, too. And so what do you know, St. James hopped from, number 4 to the top. But, no, I haven't broke it down. It's no surprise Great Bend will have to see some of those. But it's interesting they get 2 Wichita area schools because typically we think of the East as being the power. But, 2 of the 3 teams they will face are private schools, not unexpected. But they've been wanting that competition, so we'll see.
All right. So, Michaela Riedel talking about the serve that Sophia Simic has.
Okay.
I didn't know there's so much in it. You put rotation on it, and then you get it where it sinks. Now, Mike Corson, when he heard that this morning, after that, he came in and said, like he did last year, when we had Great Bend Lady Panthers softball pitchers, he said, I can hit that.
Yeah, I'll dig it.
So we're going to have a...
Sounds like a challenge.
It is.
Put on the turtle shells.
No, Corson's going to go out there with a baseball bat to see if he can get a piece of that. So he'll just line up on the other side. Sophia will serve it. And
thank God there's a net in the way, Sophia.
My money would be on Sophia serve on that one.
I think you probably get a piece of the ball.
Well,
I mean, it's a bigger ball.
It dives, though. It dives so much.
In tennis, you have to be untouched to be an ace. As long as I touch it, if it goes somewhere else, it can still be an ace. So probably she would ace me every time. Quite probably.
Can you take it for a ball, though, if you get a baseball bat?
I'd watch it.
If it sinks out of the strike zone?
I just yell out every time and then be shocked that it drops 16 feet inside the line.
Hoisington opens play at 3A Friday at 3:30 as they will be taking on number 6 seed Girard, 7 seed Frontenac at 5:30, and 2 seed Neodesha at 8:30. Hoiston's the number 3 seed. Comments?
You're used to seeing the teams in our area a little bit lower other than Ellenwood based on rankings, so these are strictly off records. So our teams with those really good records got nice seedings.
Okay, 2A at Dodge City's United Wireless Arena. Ellenwood will face number 7 seed Doniphan West, which is located in Highland, Kansas, the home of the Highland Scotties. Just a stone's throw from the Missouri River in St. Joe.
Not far from Nebraska either.
Number 2 seed Ellenwood will take on number 6 seed Valley Heights at 11:30. Then they will take on Sedgwick at 1:30. Thoughts on 2A?
No.
St. John will play at 1A at Dodge City's United Wireless Arena at 3:30 against Little River. They'll play South Gray at 6:30, and then they will play Clifton Clyde at 7:30, and Otis Bison at the 1A Division II tournament at Emporia's White Auditorium. They will play Lebo at 11 a.m., Ingalls at 12, and Victoria at 2 p.m.
Yeah, 4 Central Prairie League schools in. Going back to 2A real quick, Inman's been number 1 all season, and Ellenwood's been 2 basically all season, so both of those are in there as your 1-2, so that one will be intriguing.
Okay. Adam Teicher talking about the Chiefs' latest acquisition. They picked up an outside linebacker, edge rusher from the New England Patriots, Joshua Uche. He played in all 8 games for the Patriots this year, recorded a couple of sacks. Uche gives the Chiefs some flexibility on defense. Chiefs will send a 6th-round draft choice to New England. Last week, of course, the Chiefs picked up wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Monday Night Football. The call on ESPN, Austin III.
Did I forget to put his first name in there?
Yes, you did. Calvin Austin III.
Calvin Austin.
Maybe they're going, I mean, you can be like Mike the Third or Mike the Second. Anyway, he caught a touchdown pass from Russell Wilson, who threw 2 on the night, and Russell Wilson says the 6-2 Steelers are just getting started.
Did anybody watch that game? Why did they schedule the Giants and the Steelers on a Monday night?
ESPN should be very angry about the games they get on Monday night, because NBC's been they can max out. They NBC gets the good games,
and maybe coming
which is fine with me because
is Russell Wilson going to be a hot topic 8 weeks into the season? Not even Peyton Manning. That's Peyton can fix that.
Okay, we are in the election season, and there's all kinds of polls out there. So, Mike Hesher, you lived out in Colorado right now. So, if there was a poll of Coloradoans on whether they wanted Russell Wilson to succeed, what do you think the poll results would show?
They wanted him to succeed in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
I would say 75-25. No, they don't want him to succeed.
Okay.
85-15, no. Why would you?
Well, I mean, they're the Bronco fans. They're nasty people.
But they're disgruntled with what he did to the cap and all that.
Yeah, they probably 6-2. Mike Tomlin turning them around.
Never has a losing season.
All right, Sean Bear talking about 2 block punts that the Panthers had that turned into touchdowns.
Correct. A scoop and score.
Scoop and score.
Which was 14 yards. I had 15.
Face and score, right?
Pardon me?
If you block it with your face, is it
a nose and yes, a nose and score.
The Panthers take on the Newton Railers on Friday night. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred.
I'm going to go real quick. One of the greatest sub-state things I've ever saw was sub-state basketball at Newton, and they were playing the fight song, I've Been Working on the Railroad. You think that got anybody fired up? No. We were all laughing at him.
Were the students into it?
I think.
Is that their fight song?
Is that their actual fight song?
I don't know if it is, but they definitely played it during the time.
Did they sing along with it?
I can't remember. I was laughing too hard.
Okay, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred talking about Salvador Perez, the winner of the Roberto Clemente Award, named after the late Pittsburgh Pirate Roberto Clemente.
Great award. It's you see the little guy with the cape on in the NFL. Yeah. That is the Walter Payton Award. So this is the equivalent of baseball. Gets his 3,000th hit, dies in the plane crash.
The Salvador Perez bobblehead, and I'm kind of worried about telecourse in this because he'll take it out because he it's his, as a lot of the stuff in here is somebody else's other than we don't know where it came from. But I'll give you all the money I won from the KUK State bet over the weekend to place that in your mouth.
No, I have to take it home because people will touch it and maybe I'm infected.
Everybody touches it.
They've already touched it, Mike, so you're Mr. Germophobic. I don't know what you...
What a great award. And Freddie Freeman hitting another home run for the Dodgers, put them up 2-0. LA wins 4-2, and the World Series that everybody had been waiting for is now one Dodger win away from ending tonight.
5 straight home runs in World Series games for Freddie Freeman. 3 this year, and then 2 with the Braves a couple of years ago. That's crazy.
What kind of car will he be getting?
Well,
so do they close it out tonight?
Huh?
Do they close it out tonight?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
the Yankees are done. Aaron Judge isn't doing anything.
Yeah. The kid who caught the Grand Slam Freddie Freeman ball, evidently they told him he was going to go to the dentist, his parents, so he didn't know he was going to the game. Catches this ball worth evidently probably millions. He looks like a surfer dude already. He's 11. He wants to open a surf shop and get the Red Hot Chili Peppers for his 11th birthday party. I dig it. I'm a Dodgers fan.
So there you go. Sounds of the past 24 hours or so. What's your favorite phrase on Trading Post that you like to say?
Which one is that?
Well, not asking for ask for the phone number again. I'm saying what does Trading Post do?
We move commerce amongst the Golden Bolt.
Exactly what Mike Corson has. I have got so many emails this week from people saying, man, I've got a brand new flat screen television. I got new rims for my truck.
Off the bat?
I got new tires off my truck.
Hey, if they would have taken the professional line at 12, they still would have paid out. So Vegas lost too, just not as much. You know, I was getting texts when K-State gets this. Okay, go back to the play where the guy intentionally drags his foot to stay in bounds, costs them the safety, and then K-State scores, I think. I was getting texts. Here comes the route. I'm like, yeah, I just need 28 and a half so I can go to work Monday.
And you didn't show up yesterday either.
So what's the Mike Corson free pick of the week that we get for this week?
I'd have to look at some games.
Okay, all right. Very good. Yeah, that was a good one. City's got to come through. We've got some ruts in that alley out there right now. People are speeding down there, wrecking in the alley to try to get their bets in at the dumpster before anyone else does. Okay.
You've seen the pool movie, The Pool Sharks, Paul Newman, Tom Cruise. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe we'll lull them asleep and get them to bet the house. Then I'll have all the real estate just in time for Christmas.
Our Sports Day show brought to you by Equity Bank. Here when you need us. Bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. Barton Cougar Booster Club continue their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country, and the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, featuring number 2 Clear Diesel, bulk fuel, E10, fuel delivery, and all your lubricants and fuel supplies. I'm going to talk high school football. Cole Reif, that's coming up next here on Sports Day.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Hey high school seniors, ready to figure out what's next? Barton Community College's Senior Day is the place to be on November 20th. Whether your dream starts with tackling your gen eds and transferring to a university, or you want to dive straight into a technical program that can land you a job in as little as one semester, Barton has you covered. Did we mention that there's $6,000 in scholarships up for grabs? Sign up before November 4th at seniorday.bartonccc.edu. Your future's waiting. Discover it at Senior Day.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no-obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
He's the voice of the Barton Cougars and the Hoisington Football Cardinals. And back in the day, he could play a mean game of darts. It's Cole Reif time on Sports Day.
Cole Reif with us right now. When's the transition take place? Or do you go with a combo voice of for a while, or until you're done with one team before you pick up as voice of the Cougars?
Yeah, I don't think I get the title with the Cougars until about December.
Okay.
Because November is by committee, as you'll see in the broadcast schedule. So I think Randy Gehring's doing a couple of games for us in November. Gary Wagner's doing a couple of games for us in November. So I can't take credit for any success in November.
Okay, as long as we don't count it on your all-time play-by-play record. So.
No, it still counts. It still counts to my if they win. If they win, it's just very similar to, you remember when Fletch, didn't go out to the sports arena?
Yeah, okay,
a few years, and I think it was it Matt Huntley or
Huntley was like 2-0.
Yeah, and then Spoon had to do it for a couple of years. That he went to Colby, I think, for a game, and that still went to credit to Fletch's record.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, that's still my record.
As long as there's precedent there. Okay, we're in, and by the way, we will have Alan Clark in tomorrow on Sports Day.
Nice.
The Barton women start their season down in Hobbs, New Mexico on Friday. And then Jeremy Combs will be in for the preseason edition on Friday.
It's that time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited to see. I still need to go out to practice this week to see the women's team. Able to see the men's team a week or so ago, and looks solid, and everything that I've heard of, just as far as conversations, should be a pretty good year.
Okay, Hoisington opens play against a familiar opponent, the Ellsworth Bearcats. They haven't played in a while, have they?
2021.
Okay, all right, not too bad.
3 years.
So you have Hoisington, who put up 53 last week. It seems like in a victory over Cimarron. And Ellsworth started 5-0, and they've dropped their last 3. How do you see this matchup Friday at Elton Brown Field, Cole?
Yeah, you look at the last 3. Halstead, he lost 31-13. Ellsworth then lost to Beloit in a pretty good game, 20-7. Then, took on Southeast Saline, number 1 team in the state, and lost 44-8. An Ellsworth team that we knew even before the season started, when you were talking about, potential contenders in Class 2A again this year. And, Ellsworth was probably a player or two away from playing Hoisington last year in the sub-state round or the semifinals, and had that huge senior class. So you knew after they graduated that senior class last May that, might be a little bit of a drop, but man, they came out firing. Now the strength of schedule, in those first 5 weeks, okay, but, in the last 3 weeks it picked up. So I think it's for me, Josh Homolka is a good coach. So, that's where it starts for me. So, no matter what, when you have a well-coached team.
And he's got a great coaching staff, too.
Yeah, so, that's the first thing that jumps off the page for me when you take on teams like this, when you have the program history. I don't want to say program history for Ellsworth, but at least the coaching history, success with Homolka. So that stands out. And then, they're probably a little bit undersized. Especially up front, but, good athletic guys up front. And then, the Landon Johnson kid has been an absolute terror, running the ball so far this year. So that's where it starts. So a fun matchup. I anticipate maybe a good defensive matchup. Ellsworth has played, even in their losses outside of the Southeast game last Friday night, they've been really good defensively. So I imagine, that defense will show up this upcoming Friday, and, we'll go from there. But, you look at the bracket, and I thought, Hoisington, you knew that it was going to be a tough road regardless, and they deserve that. They're 4-4, so they're district champions. They're going to get one of those top 4 seeds, but getting the 4 seed at 4-4, and, you're on the same side as Southeast, same side as Norton. I think it's fun. I think this time of the year, you're just excited to see the brackets come out. And we were said it all season long that let's just see what happens at this point. Okay, hey, they're 4-4. It's not the typical Hoisington record. This isn't normal, but let's go see if they can compete with some of these 2A schools now once it matters.
What awaits the winner of Friday's game?
Haven Cimarron. So you just played Cimarron last Friday night, and Haven's good. They're 7-1, and their only losses to Garden Plain this year. Their strength of schedule was probably questionable too. Picked up a pretty good win against Kingman Friday night. I think Kingman's down a little bit this year, obviously with the record they are, but still good win, but the rest of the schedule, Haven is kind of hard to gauge how good they are, but still 7-1. You're 7-1. But they play Cimarron, and we said all Friday nights, like Cimarron's not really a team I think too many teams want to have to prep for. I mean, trying to chase down Trace Copper for an entire ball game is gives you a headache. I mean, it's exhausting. So, I mean, they give up points for sure, but like trying to, if Trace is on targets and he's in one of those modes, like that creates a lot of matchup problems, period, for your defense. So I expect that to be a pretty good game with Cimarron and Haven in the first round. But yeah, I think, Hoisington knows that if they can advance against Ellsworth, they'll get another home game next Friday night. So not bad.
So what do you think Friday? I mean, 53 points, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were offensively, they were firing. They, I think Wren, and it was a game too that you put up that many points, and it was also a game where you're still experimenting. Like you could tell right off the bat, even when it was, close game and Hoisington hadn't really separated yet, like they were letting Wren throw on first down. They were letting Wren throw on, second down in that game. So I think that was really a game from the get-go, even before the score indicated what the outcome was going to be, that they were going to say, hey, let's prep for future games. Yep. And that was a huge plus in that one. And then eventually Wren started connecting. He was over 100 yards passing again in that game. Jason Robinson got more snaps at quarterback, and man, he was real fast. He looked real fast.
So he was back.
Yeah, he looked good. And and with the injury, like your north and south speed is not going to change a whole lot for J-Rob. So with that injury, the cuts will be the biggest problem. But north and south, he showed off the speed Friday night, and there was a couple new wrinkles. I mean, this is the time of the year where you start to, all right, let's add this, let's tweak that a little bit, and J-Rob showed that off. So that was fun, and then defensively, they held their own. I thought for the most part, considering you're playing Trace Copper, I thought they did pretty good defensively. So I thought that was a really good end of the season ball game. And you got Taylor Morales back. He got a few reps. You played another week without Taryn Kraft, but hopefully he can come back in that lineup, and then you're almost 100%. So that's good.
So what's Taryn able to do right now? I mean, or is they just kind of just resting that thing? Hopefully, it just gets help.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the point right now. I mean, there's something up with that. I can't diagnose it, but by any means, but there's something up with that, because it's such a lingering issue. I mean, and we've talked about hamstrings and the problem that presents as far as going forward with your career. But, it's just one of those things you hope it's mellow enough to go out there and give it a try. And then once you get to the playoffs, I mean, it's his senior year. Obviously you want to go on and do other things for Taryn, but at the same time, it's his senior year. And I imagine he's going to give that a shot and see where it can go, whether it's, maybe more defensively or maybe not as many carries. We'll see. But, they definitely need Taryn Kraft if they want to be full force and, have a chance against some of those big dogs this year.
What intrigues you about the 2A West bracket? Anything that stands out?
I mean, I think the number one thing, obviously Norton losing to Phillipsburg, a couple weeks ago in the fashion that they did, that one loss cost them, not only a district championship, but cost them all the way down to the 3 seed in that district. So for a team that started out number 2 in the state, and I think after the first week they moved up to number 1 in the state, and all the hype was on Norton to go ahead and clear through the west side of the bracket. And hey, here's the thing, like they still very easily could. But I mean, I thought that was kind of a shot for Norton, kind of maybe that's kind of what wakes them up. Maybe that is, because potential matchup with Southeast of Saline and Norton in the second round. Like a lot of people are thinking that was sub-state. So now you're going to get a possible second round matchup between those two. I mean, that's the thing that stands out immediately when you look at the bracket, because Norton's still ranked number 5 in the state. I mean, they're 7-1, but just a costly loss to the Peabody Panthers.
So is there a sleeper on the West besides maybe Hoisington?
Right. I think Hoisington would be that one, but I still like Lakin. But you look at their bracket, and they're probably going to run into Beloit. But I think Lakin.
You think they're going to beat Halstead?
I think they can. Now, I think that's one of the best matchups in the entire first round is Lakin and Halstead. But the winner of that ball game, I think, is going to get Beloit a pretty good run in the second round. Outside of that, if Phillipsburg plays the way they did against Norton, they might have a shot against, a potential Garden Plain matchup in the second round if they get by Kingman in the first round. So there's a lot more differences, I guess, in like the levels this year in 2A West.
You like Lakin better than I do, I think.
Yeah, I thought they showed me. We see him once a week. I mean, you watch tape or whatever, but you see him 1 week, and then you don't see him for 3 weeks. And well, what happened that week? What happened that week? But the 1 week that I can visibly say, what I saw is this team can compete. That was a great first half against Hoisington, and even midway through the third quarter, they were in it. They were down by 2. So I liked Lakin. I mean, I thought they were more physical this year. That was a problem in the past. They kind of might fall down a little bit, but physicality-wise, I thought they can hold their own for the majority of the game, especially against good matchups. Now Beloit might not necessarily be the matchup that Lakin would want because that is a physical team as well. But who knows? But I think outside of Southeast of Saline, and maybe if Norton turns it up for the playoffs, I think it's Southeast is theirs to lose. Obviously, being the number 1 seed.
Halstead has come on though a little bit.
Well, I mean, Halstead's schedule.
Are you buying Halstead?
Yeah, I mean they took on some 3A giants and gave a lot of those 3A giants their best game. I mean, Collegiate. I mean, you talk about their strength of schedule is right up there with Hoisington. So yeah, I mean Halstead is going to be one of those teams that's going to have a chance, but good first round matchup. I think there's a handful. I mean, Phillipsburg, Kingman first round, Lakin, Halstead. Obviously, Norton. I think they get by Hillsboro even on the road, but Cimarron Haven, I think there's some good first round matchups.
Okay, any other classes that as far as the rankings, things like that, some other matchups?
Yeah, I mean 3A West. I mean we all know Andale, but 3A West is still going to be a lot of fun. That's just so loaded. And I thought Scott City got a pretty good. I mean they were able to avoid the top half of that bracket with Andale and Cheney, and even Pratt is in that mix as well. And I mean, Pratt's going to have a heck of a game going up against Clay Center in the first round. So even if they want that matchup with Andale in the second round, Clay Center is really, really good. I mean, that's a team that 4-4, but had a lot of quality losses. So that's a good matchup in the first round. And the rest of 3A West, I mean, potential rematch with, Scott City and Holcomb, a game that was 9-0. Scott City was able to win earlier this year. So I think 3A West is, much as we all know that Andale's really, really good and, could easily blast everybody in that one, the rest of the games are going to be fun until you run into Andale.
Okay, so were you surprised by the closeness of the Pratt-Cheney game?
Yes and no. Cheney, when they came to Hoisington, it wasn't I was expecting just a disciplined route, of just how they went about, offensive series and, defensively. I mean, but Hoisington held their own. I mean, maybe that should say something about Hoisington. Not that I completely doubted Hoisington in that game, but Cheney showed some weaknesses, I guess I would say. So I mean, they were really, really good, and Josh Burdick is still one of the top quarterbacks, and as long as you have him, you're going to be fine. But when you match that style of play against the physicality of Pratt, it's a weird mesh.
Yeah.
And it's just so to try to match that if you're Cheney. That's probably a difficult matchup for them. And it's weird. You talk about the pecking order. Andale blows out Wichita Collegiate blows out Cheney. And then you finally get a close game with Cheney and Pratt. So
sometimes even my large fish thing works in other classes too, besides just 8-man.
Yeah. So it's Andale is the great white. The great white shark.
I think that they are up there in the Axtell range of they're beyond the 5 classifications of fish. They're automatic whale.
Mosasaurus.
Yeah.
They're a Mosasaurus. There you go.
Mosasaurus?
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, they're the Mosasaurus.
Yeah. Them and Axtell. I'd probably put those in the Mosasaurus category. So, all right, we'll break down more fish next week, Cole.
Sounds good. I'll start studying.
All right. Cole Reif with us here on Sports Day. Again, talk volleyball. Megan Bessaker is in along with Maya Thompson. Barton Volleyball coming up next here on the program.
From the Mail Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
See any doors? This is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&D Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&D Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
See any doors? This is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&D Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&D Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
For the past 13 years, Sports Day has been the show devoted to local sports and local athletes. And it's all brought to you by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back to Sports Day here on this Tuesday. Our show brought to you by the Animal Medical Center. Large or small, they take care of them all. Also, Eller Automotive Repair. They specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Time to talk Barton volleyball today, and head coach Megan Bessaker is in. All right, let's see. This is a pretty cool award. One, from my standpoint, you're under 30, you know. I mean, that's cool. That's really cool. So Megan has been named to the 2024 AVCA 30 Under 30 award list.
Yes.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Was that a surprise?
A little bit. I mean, it's a big award. Obviously, a lot of the volleyball coaches know about it just because it's kind of known, but yeah, it was nice to be recognized.
Yeah, top 30 coaches across all levels around the country under the age of 30. Yes. So you're wise beyond your years, all right? All right, also with us is sophomore Maya Thompson in on the program today. Okay, here we are down the final stretch, 2 matches left.
Yes.
You're still tied with Colby. So what's their matchups and talk about what you're facing this week, Megan?
We have Hutch tomorrow, and then we have Cloud on Saturday. So just looking to finish those 2 strong. If we win both of those, we're able to host the region because we win the tiebreakers. So that's really the goal right now. I don't picture Colby losing another game with the 2 matches they have left. So, yeah, we just have to make sure we finish up strong on our side.
Okay, talk about the week that was for your team. A tough road match at Dodge City. We win it 3-1, and then Garden City on Saturday, 3-1 again. Talk about how your team played the last 2 matches.
We did really well at Dodge. Dodge is a really tough place to play. They have a lot of students who come and support. They have a pretty good atmosphere, so to get a win there is always good. Doesn't matter how many sets it takes, but I thought we played really good on Wednesday. We were very balanced. We did what we needed to do. Saturday we struggled a little bit at home, just figuring some things out, but it's nothing that we haven't worked on in practice and that will hurt us in the long run. So we just have to stay focused even when we play teams that aren't necessarily at our level.
Even if you're in a race like you are, I mean, every match, I mean, you're 13-1, but is there ever, you always hear the dog days of August in baseball. Are there dog days for volleyball?
I don't know what you mean by that. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Really? You haven't
No.
done the dog. You've played a lot of matches. The season's kind of getting a little bit long, and
We just have to make sure we stay focused, and we bring it up just because, last year we had a 3-game lead, so there wasn't as much pressure on the end of these games. Whereas this year, we don't have a lead at all. We're tied, so we have to take care of business the next 2 games.
So how's Hutch playing right now?
They're playing better. They have one of their starters that was hurt when we played him the first time that's back, so very athletic. They struggle with some things, but then they're very good offensively, so we just have to make sure we serve aggressive and win the long rallies, and we'll be okay.
Maya, is it any big deal anymore to play Hutch since you've gone through it already many times?
I wouldn't say it's a bigger deal than any other game, no. But, you want to get out there and take care of business and kind of hand it to them, so.
Okay, I asked Megan about last week, the 2 matches. What do you see from your perspective on the court against Dodge City and Garden City?
Wednesday was a fun one. Loud gym, crazy environment, a lot of tough plays, a lot of challenges, a lot of excitement. So that was a fun one, a big win to get. Saturday, little rougher around the edges, but you're bound to have nights like that. So I'm just hopeful that we kind of got that out of our system and that we're able to, play a little bit stronger these final 2 regular season games.
What's the mindset playing on the road before a rowdy road crowd compared to when you're playing at home and you got a rowdy home crowd?
I love a rowdy road crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it interesting. Kind of fuels your fire a little bit. Obviously, they make the environment a little bit tougher. But I live for it. It's fun.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah. Leave with a win on the road. It's always good.
Yeah.
How do you think the team's playing right now?
I'm hopeful that our best volleyball is ahead of us. I think we're kind of trending upward, hopefully, and we'll see that tomorrow night. But yeah, I am hopeful that we just continue to get better each night. So.
Okay, last time you were in here, I think, is the end of August or right at the very start of September. So. That seems like eons ago. Here we are toward the end of October. What have you seen from the development from this team this year, Maya?
I think we've been really strong. We've won a lot of games, obviously. We took that loss to Colby a couple weeks ago, and I think that tested us a little bit. But I was really proud of us on Wednesday against Dodge because we faced a little bit of adversity. And we fought through it, and we managed to pull out a really big win, a win that I think we needed for our confidence. So that was really impressive for us.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about the rowdy crowd and some adversity that you're facing, and you're on the road. And does that bring a team a little bit closer together when you're in the den?
Yeah, absolutely. You focus on one another on the court that's in front of you. You can't really allow too much to get in, but it's definitely you got to lean on each other in moments like that. So.
Okay, what about this final week here? We've got 2 matches before we get ready for postseason play. Just your feelings right now.
Yeah. I think we're ready to take care of business. We know we have to win these 2 games to host the region, and hosting the region is going to be huge for us. It's a huge goal of ours, one that we set prior to the season starting. And who wants to drive all the way to Colby? So that's a lot of motivation there, too. So.
I'd say I'd rather go to Colby than Liberal because it's on Clear State, but I'm not saying nothing to Megan.
Hey, we get home-cooked meals in Liberal, okay?
That is true. Okay, once you get down there. So, all right, we have getting ready for postseason. Junior college is different because obviously there's a lot of things going on in your world right now. There's you're thinking, focusing on now, but then there's still what's next. How do you separate those 2, Maya?
I just take it day by day, personally. Okay. I'm a big believer in just living in the present, You don't get these days back. JUCO days are special, and so just taking it day by day and enjoying my time with my people right now and, chasing the goals that we have set. So.
Do you ever slip up and kind of say, well, this is the last time?
There are definitely moments that kind of tug at your heartstrings a little bit and make you realize, we are never going to get these days back, but that kind of makes you want to enjoy it all the more, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So one thing that you will take down the road, maybe next year where you're playing, or maybe, 10, 15 years from now, and you're going to remember something that Megan Bessiker says, where that's going to be ingrained in your head forever. Is there a line or two?
Oh, that's a tough one on the spot.
What's her go-to phrase?
Oh, she's a heel stomper.
Okay.
That's about it. A hand to the back of the clipboard and a heel stomp. That's how you know. She also phrases everything as a question. So it's like, what are we doing? Why didn't we get there? Why didn't you close the block? Well, I'm not exactly sure, but
yeah.
I can't wait to hear you in a few years. This is going to be good. It's been a special year so far. I know that we just want to keep it going right now, Megan.
Yeah, special year, and tomorrow's a special night. Hopefully we host the region so we get to play at home again, but if not, tomorrow's sophomore night, and there's 10 sophomores on this team.
Wow.
We've talked about it all year, so I think hopefully we can send them off with a nice crowd. And this group, I'm typing up the script right now. I'm not done with it, but their record over the past 2 years so far is 51-8. So that's pretty impressive. A lot of them played key roles in last year too. So this class as a whole has been huge for the program, the community, all that. So yeah, tomorrow's a special night. I know some of them already get a little bit emotional talking about it. It's just been a really special class. So.
Well, that's one of about the only downside to having a veteran team is it takes you like 4 hours of preparation to get ready for sophomore night.
Yes. Oh, it's taken a lot. Yes.
Megan, thanks for coming in. My good luck, and hopefully we end up with a national tournament. So next time you're coming in here, we're talking about what you guys did at the national tournament. Thanks for joining us here on Sports Day.
Thank you.
We're going to talk Great Bend Panther sports with Great Bend High School Athletic Director Matt Westerhouse. That's next here on KVGB.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Get the power you need for your farm equipment. The power of peace of mind that dependable Cenex lubricants deliver. With decades of proven off-road performance, backed by the industry-leading Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. Cenex heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic fluids, gear lubricants, and greases are formulated to provide superior protection for load-bearing equipment. The power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Hey y'all, it's Dr. Ty here at Animal Medical, and in the next couple months we are going to pivot and talk about behavior and training. From our standpoint, we see it affect so many folks out there in the relationship with their animal and even the relationship with us as their caretakers, all affected by how those animals get started from a training process. Focus on some basics. If you have any questions, call. Large or small, we take care of them all.
Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. It's all brought to you exclusively by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Indeed. Sports Day also brought to you in part by the Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community, the lives of its individuals, and Freedom Claims Management, innovative healthcare plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish, and continued support. They have you covered. All right, I want to get right to it because Jim is there. It really bothers him that I just kind of jab him, and because I say it's week 9.
Week 9.
And then he sends me a post last night that says, on Keisha's site, it says it's a playoffs. Okay, so how come you have to pay the refs in week 9? Huh?
It's a week 9 bracketed kind of a non-playoff game, but it's a playoff game. So here's a few.
Keisha called that, so shouldn't they be paying the refs Friday?
Yeah, you can. So we have to split the gate with the opposing team on week 9, and then a few years ago when they went to seeding based on records, and each team then lost a home game, guaranteed home game once every 2 years. So that's where it kind of changed to one. We went to splitting the gate, and then
calling it a week 9 bracketed
game.
Bracketed game. But yeah, it's the playoffs.
It gets cold too, so it's I just say it's okay.
It's
I'm glad we got to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of things going on. We're going to start with football right now. Hopefully, we have several home football games coming up. What's the situation on maybe season ticket holders, or how this works?
Yep, we'll get that all clarified out. Yeah, so obviously we're the number 1 seed, so if we keep on winning, we're going to be right here in good old Great Bend for the duration, which is awesome. This week 9 bracketed game, we this year we're going to treat that like a regular season game. Okay. So general admission prices are $7. All our gold card passes, student activity cards, reserve season ticket holders. We're just treating it like a regular season game. So
you call it a regular season game, right?
Yeah, well, we're treating it like a regular season game.
Okay.
And so it's no different in terms of tickets this week than what it has been our previous home games this year. Now moving forward, there will be some different ticket prices in terms of what we charge per CASHA guidelines, and I think that's going to be, our general admission is $7 for adults and students. That's set by the Western Athletic Conference.
Okay.
And then moving forward, it'll be $8 for adults, $6 for students. And then if you're a reserved season ticket holder, you have to buy a ticket, but you still have your seat.
Okay.
Moving forward. So kind of trying to make that a win-win for those people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if they're all year, they should be able to sit in the same seat if they get their tickets. But how long will they have next week, Matt, to say, okay, I'm going to this game, I want my seats?
Well, they're theirs.
Oh, okay.
And they just buy a general admission ticket at $8, and then they have that seat.
Okay.
So, yep, there you go. That's it. Too easy. That's too easy, right?
Well, what if somebody's up there is in their seat?
Then they have that seat. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. Volleyball,
another great season.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Coach Duvall and the program, and they've expanded upon their. Last year they had the highest wins in program history. Now they've expanded upon that, and obviously it's awesome for the kids and for the program and the community, and they are looking very excited about this Friday. They play at 4:30, 6:30, and 8:30, which isn't real great and conducive for us hosting a football game on a Friday night.
Exactly.
But they're hoping they can go there and have a little bit of a redemption against Andover in pool play, and they'll play Cape Mount Carmel and then St. James Academy. But they're excited, and I know Coach will have them focused this week to prepare for that. And it'll be whatever happens, obviously a great experience for our girls to make it to state and really kind of set the tone for years to come, hopefully, and make that an expectation.
Is there any fan information for people that might want to head up to see the Lady Panthers?
So we will put out a link really that sends everybody to CASHA's website for information in regards to state information in terms of ticket prices and anything related to the Tony's Pizza Events Center in Salina. They do have I don't know if Courtney, my assistant, has got that information out yet, but they do have a clear bag policy at Salina Tony's Event Center, and I think the cost of the ticket there is $11 because they have a $1 typically it's $10 for a state championship event. Okay. But I believe Salina Tony's Pizza Event Center has a $1 surcharge, so it's $11 to get in.
Okay. Very good. And you guys have been busy. I mean, then you've got a regional cross country meet last week.
Yeah. So last week was pretty busy. We hosted regional 5A and a 1A regional cross country at Lake Barton cross country course, and that started at 10, and then volleyball at 1, and we had a ton of people out at regional cross country, which is a beautiful day, and every time we talk about this, I've got to get a shout out to Coach Lashley and Coach Dahl and the crew and everything that they do to put on that event. I'm telling you, they just do an outstanding job, and everybody that comes in is really appreciative of how we run things, which, I think that's great for obviously coaching staff, program, school, but also the community as well, because, when we continue to do things right, then people will have great things to say about how we conduct our business here in Great Bend.
Okay, as these seasons cross over, and hopefully, with volleyball, that will end this weekend, but then football is going to continue to go. Do we still have the dead periods, and how's that work when you transition into other seasons?
So we actually have we'll hold our head coaches, winter head coaches meeting today after school, just to kind of make sure we're getting things taken care of. We start winter sports the 18th of November. There is a dead period that week before the 18th.
Okay.
Obviously, we want to make sure that we, kids that are competing for us, we're not putting them in any kind of situation to take away from anything that they're doing right now. Winter sports season is a pretty long season, and so there's plenty of time to make sure we get them in a place to be successful during the winter sports season. But also want to make sure we finish up pretty strong here for all of our fall sports, and really it affects football because, like you said, everything else is done this weekend, but hopefully football continues on the great run that they've been on this year, and they go deep and they play, Thanksgiving weekend, and those kids that are multi-sport kids that are basketball, wrestling, but whatever they're doing are then competing next week, ready to go, just because they've been competing all along. The skill may be a little bit different, to have to catch up, whether it's basketball or wrestling, but I think when you compete at that level, I think it just helps you in any sport that you do moving forward.
Okay, basketball. New floor looks great. Yeah, it's great. You have the new shot clocks up?
So not yet. We've had a few delays from the company that we've got those from, and so they were supposed to be in last week. Supposed to be in this week, and they're not. So hopefully here in the next couple of weeks they're up. We got the power there to put those things up, and that's going to be, as we talked before, that'll be an interesting twist to this basketball season.
You can just have Corson just flip over pages on the side of that little notebook thing.
He'd probably do that.
Yeah, I think he would. Get him in the limelight on everything. Hey, Matt, thanks for making time today. Have fun in Dodge doing all the all-league stuff.
Yes, and I just want to thank everybody for supporting Panther athletics and activities this fall. It's been a great fall for a number of sports, and we'd like to continue it on. And just want to say thanks for all the support.
You're welcome. And from everybody out there, too, thanks for putting that product on the field. It's been awesome. Okay, we'll take a break. Back to wrap up the show after this.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local equity bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Discover affordable education with Barton Online. Whether you're looking to pick up a class or earn your associate degree, we've got you covered for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling with 5 sessions available this fall, including 16, 8, and 4-week sessions. Get started when it fits your schedule. Tackle your gen eds or the first 2 years of college with a low-cost pathway and save time and money with Barton Online. Visit online.bartoncccc.edu and enroll today.
Now, in its 13th year, this program is brought to you exclusively by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. This is Sports Day on KVGB.
Indeed it is. It is Sports Day. It's brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Always fun to have Matt Westerhouse in the house.
He's a good man, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I like Matt.
Volleyball underway. So, tomorrow on the show. I don't have Wednesday sheets, so I can't tell. Oh, Alan Clark's going to be in tomorrow.
Is he really cool?
Yeah, we'll have Gurr be on, and the selected members of the Great Bend Lady Panther volleyball team. So,
but no Shelley Duvall.
She's going to Dodge City along with Matt because it's all league selection time for the sports. So I guess all the coaches go out there. Anyway,
we'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. Are you sure? Talk to you tomorrow on Sports Day.